It's time for a look at This Week in History. This Week in History, June 1st, 1980, marked the launch of the world's first 24-hour news television network. It was called CNN, an acronym for the Cable News Network. According to the History Channel, the network signed on at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time from its headquarters in Atlanta, Georgia. The broadcast was anchored by husband and wife news team Lois Hart and David Walker.
Good evening, I'm David Walker.
And I'm Lois Hart. Now here's the news. President Carter has arrived in
CNN challenged the notion that news could only be broadcast at fixed times during the day, like they were on the major three television networks, CBS, NBC, and ABC. Created by media giant Ted Turner, CNN was initially only available in 2 million homes across the country. Today, CNN is seen in more than 89 million American households and over 160 million homes internationally. CNN's defining moments include the 1990 Persian Gulf War, where the network's 24/7 coverage gained it media traction. CNN's 24-hour cable news format also inspired the launch of other networks we see today, such as MSNBC and Fox in the 90s. Jumping ahead a decade later, June 1st, 1990, marks President George H.W. Bush and Soviet leader Mikhail Gorbachev's meeting in Washington, agreeing to halt their production of chemical weapons. The pact also called for the eventual destruction of 80% of their chemical weapon stockpiles, according to Politico magazine. Chemical weapons were first developed during World War I and were used extensively during that war. At the time of the 1990 Superpower Accord, many nations possessed sufficient technology to build highly lethal chemical weapons. Under Saddam Hussein, Iraq had used them during its war with Iran. That historical record helped convince President George H.W. Bush that Iraq still possessed weapons of mass destruction, served as the basis for the U.S.'s invasion of Iraq in 2003. According to Politico, in the early 1990s, following the collapse of the Soviet Union, the United States and the Russian Federation began to destroy their chemical weapons arsenals, with on-site inspections from both nations monitoring compliance. Politico also reports that in 1993, the United States and Russia, along with 150 nations, signed a comprehensive treaty banning chemical weapons. The Senate ratified the treaty in 1997.